This is Mongolian Mindset, and today we're going to be responding to my boy Victor Tramp. Can you type LeBron James? So we'll be doing LeBron James for you today. So personality database, our sworn enemy has LeBron James as an ESFJ. Okay, very interesting. Okay, so we're going to use interaction styles in temperament from Linda Barrens, combined with cognitive functions to find LeBron's personality type. So let's go to the chart for ESFJ. So ESFJs are part of the Guardians. They're going to be initiating. They're going to be informative. So a lot of words, very descriptive, not straight to the point. They're going to be progression. So they're going to be talking about the journey of things. They're affiliative. So they're going to be talking about doing what's right. They are systematic, so they're going to implement like systems or structures to get control of their life to some degree. They're FE, TI users, and SINE users. So let's see if LeBron is a ESFJ. So be interesting. And comment below what you think LeBron's type is. Being a basketball player, I'd probably bet that he's most likely a SP, but we'll see. And we're still doing free typing sessions. All you have to do is join our Facebook group and message Cody with your availability, and we'll try to get that done. Please hurry up because Cody has told me that we're packed out for the next week. So get that while it lasts. I mean, some people are charging $200 to $500 for that stuff. Some people I think $100. I think the cheapest I've seen was probably Joyce Ming. So get that while you can, man. But also please subscribe. That helps us grow the group. That helps us grow the channel, and we're all about reinvesting in Mongolian Mindset, which is the group. Okay, so that's all of us.
How does a guy who never obsessed about scoring wind up in this place?
It's still mind-boggling to myself, because I've set out goals throughout my whole career. I wanted to be Rookie of the Year. I wanted to be an MVP in this league. I wanted to win championships, be an all-star. I wanted to lead the league in assists, make all defensive team, defensive player of the year. I've never said I wanted to lead the league in scoring, or for sure never said I wanted to be the all-time leader in scoring. That's never been like a dream of mine, and to sit here and actually be on the brink of it happening, this is it's pretty crazy.
Well, I know you're not a numbers fanatic either, but there's some records that
So that'd be more on the TE Ram there. He wasn't big on achievements, but I mean he's listing some achievements out there.
Obviously mean more than most. Just looking at it, you've got days now of us pushing it on you, even if you didn't want to think about it. How does it sit with you? What appeals, what jumps out at you as you look at all these graphics and all these crazy things with you and Kareem side by side?
The first thing that jumps out at me is the company that I'm in. To know what Kareem did throughout his career, we're both high school phenoms, as they put it on us. And then to the next level was like, okay, these guys are the saviors or wherever they go. And Kareem went to UCLA first and won multiple national championships, and then got to the NBA, was in Milwaukee, and then with the Lakers, and myself going to Cleveland. It was like, you guys at 18, 19 years of age, you guys are the faces.
Sound like outcome.
And
man.
for me to be...
Sound like outcome. He's not talking about the journey here. He's just talking about the finished product. Faces of the franchise, whatnot.
Be in the company with such a prominent, dominant force like Kareem was, it's an honor.
I got a text from my 14-year-old son this morning saying, Dad, wouldn't it be cool if LeBron broke the record with a little sky hook? And I said it might be cool, but it prompts me to ask, did you, in the backyard, did you ever toy with it? Or now, because you toy with so many things.
Yeah.
Have you toyed with the skyhook at all?
I've toyed with it more recently than I did when I was a kid. When I was younger, I grew up in the era of like the fake fadeaway sensation that MJ kind of started, or the crossover sensation that Allen Iverson created, or the no-look pass.
All right, this guy's coming off the rack. Okay, LeBron's coming off the rack. Very specific, concise, and to the point. He's direct in the conversation here. Doesn't seem like he's informative. I'm gonna put an asterisk side of it, but he's not very wordy or descriptive, or taking a passive role, or yielding or anything like that. It's pretty much right there.
You know, that J Kid and that actually Magic kind of had. But I never toyed around with the skyhook unless you were playing a game of horse. You're playing a game of horse, you mess around, see if you could get one, not thinking that your friend would be able to make it, a thing of that nature, but I never put it into the lab.
Is it fair to call that the greatest weapon in the history of basketball?
Oh, for sure. It's the most unguardable shot weapon that's ever been created. And I think why it's the greatest and most untouchable shot is because normally you get other guys that either try the move and perfect it even more, or you got guys that just emulate it and do it as well like the guys before them. There's never been nobody else that's ever even come close to even trying to emulate it.
Is it just too hard?
I don't know. Maybe because it's not a popular looking shot.
Right.
And everyone wants to be cool these days, and they don't be doing the skyhook all game. But it is an unguardable, untouchable signature move.
I want to stay on the subject of Kareem for a second. You got.
Okay, it seems he's coming off concrete too. We'll put an asterisk side of it. He seems to be grounded in reality.
Has had some awkward public moments there for a while. But what's it like now? Are you guys good? Have you talked? What's the relationship
No, it's
like
all
now
good.
with you and
I mean,
Kareem?
it's all good. At the end of the day, we're part of a franchise that's so historic in the game of basketball, that means so much to so many people, not only here in Los Angeles but all over the world, that it just makes sense. You know, it's kind of weird how the stars align. You know, and the fact that I'm sitting at the brink here and being a part of this franchise with so many greats, with Kareem, with Kobe, with Shaq, with Magic, Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor, so on and so on, the list goes on. It's just an honor for me, a kid from Akron, Ohio, to be in Los Angeles. You know, me and my friends and my mom always talk about we from the lower LA. You know, we call ourselves lower LA, now we in the big LA now. So we go from lower Akron to Los Angeles, and it's just an honor for me to be part of this.
All right, this is more a comment than a question, and tell me if I'm crazy. I think that you passing Magic, the greatest passer of all time, on your assist list, and Kareem is more impressive, and nobody talking about that. The scoring and the passing. To me, that combination is insane. Being the historian you are, I'm sure you've thought about it, even if nobody's talking about it. But I think that's more impressive.
I know for sure that if it was somebody else that was doing it, I would be looking at it just like you, Mike, and be like, that's insane. That's insane for one individual to be on the brink of being the all-time scorer in the NBA history and also top 5 all-time in assists. And he's not a point guard. You know, it's truly remarkable.
Okay, yeah, he's direct. LeBron's direct. So if he's direct, that eliminates 8 types. He's direct, so that eliminates 8 types. He cannot be an ISFJ. So ISFJs are informative. He's not that. So he's one of the direct types. So that means the INFJ, ENFJ, INTJ, ENTJ, ISTJ, ESTJ, ISTP, and ESTP are on the board. The rest are eliminated because they are informative. He's coming off pretty concrete. Very, very grounded in reality. But we're just going to keep it at direct for right now.
For that to be accomplished. But it makes it weird for me when I think, dang, it's actually me who's doing it. That makes it weird on me.
But you cared more about the Magic side of that equation all your life.
For sure. I've always got a kick and a joy out of being able to bring the ball up or get the ball and be able to assist my teammate and seeing them score.
Okay, so that's more of an
always had
FE
a joy
response.
from that, even when I was
Okay.
when I
Okay.
first started playing the game of basketball in my
Okay.
little league.
Okay, so that's an FE thing. Coming up and helping other people get points, scoring. That's more of an FE thing. He's getting delight from helping other people. So that's more FE.
Out of being able to bring the ball up or get the ball and be able to assist my team
See?
and seeing them score.
It's FE.
I've always had a joy from that, even when I first started playing the game of basketball in my little league. It was something that's always been a pride and joy of mine to be able to pass the ball and make everyone feel just as important as the first guy.
So that's another FE. He's making everybody feel important. Okay, that's FE again.
Getting off the bench or the first guy that started.
Has this been stressful at all? The chase?
No, because it was never a goal. It was never a journey.
It was never a journey, so that's the outcome.
You know, the stressful part for me is competing every single day to try to bring home the Larry O'Brien trophy, and how you trust the process along the way. Try not to get frustrated along the process throughout each season, but still keep the main thing.
Try to not get frustrated about the journey because he's not accomplishing the outcome. Okay.
And that we're trying to build. I want to build greatness every single day to try to compete for the Larry O'Brien trophy. Like, that's the stressful part.
I want this outcome, the Larry O'Brien trophy.
Well, especially because it required more patience this year.
Yeah, it requires
Some patience you maybe didn't know you had.
A lot of patience.
What's that like on a daily basis? And obviously, people talk about day by day. You've got to deal with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, it's challenging, but I'm 10 toes down. So I understand that once I show up to work, or once I show up to, you know, the job description, and that's being a leader of the ball club every single day, there's no opportunity, or there's no slight for me on what my mindset is. My mindset is how we can be great today and how we can maximize today for either the next game, for the next road trip, for the next film set.
Those are pure outcomes, okay? So he's directing the outcome. If he's directing the outcome, that eliminates the introverts because the introverts are progression. So ISTJ, INFJ, INTJ, and ISTP are eliminated because they're progression. They're direct progression. He's direct outcome. So those are more the leadership ones, like he's talking about right now. So that's ESTJ, ESTP, ENTJ, and ENFJ. Okay, that's what we're looking at right now because he's directing the outcome. So that means you're looking at the end product. He's talking about it here. He ain't about that journey.
For next practice.
You want that Larry O'Brien trophy.
Bus ride, plane ride. Like, you know, I have that mentality of if we can maximize today, then it makes the next challenge that much more easy for us.
If we can get the outcome today, that makes the other challenges easier.
We're at an interesting crossroads right now, obviously, and not just the Lakers.
Right.
Everybody, especially with the news that just went down. Okay, I am terrible because I'm too old at deciphering tweets. What does maybe it's me mean?
It's all about accountability for me. You know, I'm always challenging myself, taking accountability for myself. I think your greatest challenge and your greatest enemy is the person that you look in the mirror. So I'm always just trying to take accountability for me. You know, what can I do better? How can I be better? Is there things I can do more? Is there things I can do, be greater at to not only help the ball club and everybody all automatically think it's basketball, but it's and in life in general. You know, so it's always just it's me talking to me and hold myself accountable.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
You've had some hours now to sort of digest it, and obviously it's a swirl everywhere around the league. Disappointed, angry? Are you over it already and not getting your former teammate back?
Well, definitely disappointed. I can't sit here and say I'm not disappointed on not being able to land such a talent, but someone that I had great chemistry with and know I got great chemistry with on the floor that can help you win, you know, championships.
That can help you win, help you get that outcome, championships.
In my mind, in my eyes. But my has shifted now. My focus has shifted back to where it should be, and that's this club now, and what we have in the locker room.
That's a
guys,
quick pivot, LeBron.
It's a quick pivot. Quick pivot. It don't take me long. It don't take me long. I don't get too excited about the possibilities of things that can be.
Woo! Woo! There you go. You heard that. You heard that. Let's go back. Let's go back. Cut it back, LeBron. You concrete motherfucker.
It don't take me long. It don't take me long. I don't get too excited about the possibilities of things that can be.
I don't get excited about the possibility of the things that can't be. So we're gonna go ahead and say it's concrete. So that eliminates entj and enfj, and we're down to estj and estp because LeBron is direct outcome and he's concrete. Okay, so the difference between estjs and estp, estp is interest and pragmatic. ESTJ is systematic and affiliative, and one is a TI user, the other one's a TE user. So we'll see if he's ESTJ or ESTP.
I kind of envision myself on what it can, but I don't invest it all the way until I know it's happening. And when it does not happen, I'm back locked in on the job at hand. So we had an opportunity. I think our names was out there. The Lakers' name was out there. We had an opportunity. Didn't happen. We move on, and we
outcome didn't happen. Move on.
We finished the season strong. Try to get
that's some SC too. We did this. We did that.
Get a bid into the postseason where I feel we go in healthy and we compete with anybody.
Is health? I don't want to say the only thing. Obviously, there are factors in any type of this competition.
Also, ESTJs are SINE and ESTPs are SENI. So if he's an SE user or TIFE user, he's an ESTP.
You feel
if not, he's
guys
ESTJ.
are healthy, as is.
Yeah.
You can make a run.
I believe so. Health has been, since we won the championship in 2020, health has been on the wrong side of it.
Since we won the championship in 2000, whatever, health has been on that's the outcome again.
Of our franchise. Yeah. And I believe, and I'm looking at the landscape of the league, we got some great teams, some great players, guys are coming out and being amazing this year. And but also feel confident in our ball club and our personnel that if we can be healthy and get enough games under us where we get some momentum and we get some chemistry and we know, okay, this every single night we have this starting lineup, we have this rotation, we got guys that's filling in, and we know there's going to be nicks and bruises, guys going to be games off here, games off there. We understand that.
Yeah, see.
Majority, if we can be healthy going down the late stretch of the
we
season,
can do this, we can do that, we can do this, we can do that.
Has ever asked
He's not talking about a first person perspective.
a guy, forget 38, 34, probably past that. No team. I don't know that any sport in North America has ever asked a guy to do as much as the club needs you to do, as much as you're asking yourself. How long can that go on?
Well, I mean, for me, I'm trying to push the limit.
What's the limit?
I don't know. I hope I don't know. I hope I never see it. But it's what the job description requires of me. Until my job description is lower or less than, this is my job description. This is my job description. My job description is to do more and be productive at it. And
do more and be productive. Outcome.
I said I wasn't going to ask this, but I am. Do you surprise yourself at this? I'm looking at some of these. These 45-point, 49-point games. Does any of that at this point, knowing what you know, being the historian you are, every great player started to have a little nosedive, even if they were great occasionally at 35, 36, 37. They didn't do anything like this. Do you surprise yourself?
I would say I do. I do. There's occasions out on the floor. I would say it's more sometimes like the back-to-back games or the third game in 4 nights, where sometimes I'll wake up and I'm like, oh, I ain't gonna make it tonight. I just feel it. I said, yeah, it's 20 years and got to me tonight. Ain't gonna be good tonight. And then I get out on the floor and I'm running past 21-year-olds jumping higher than 23-year-olds. I feel real good on how I'm playing the game. Not only physically, but more importantly, just like mentally. I'm just so much more sharper now at year 20 than I was at year 10 or even year 15.
I know how much you watch and respect the NFL.
Yeah, for sure.
So watching Tom Brady wasn't just like watching some dude to you.
Right.
The last few years, was it?
Yeah.
I mean, you connected. You guys talk at all? Do you?
Yeah, we do. We actually have a really good conversation, and he was. Every time I would talk to him, I said, "Listen, you're my inspiration, man. Like, what you're doing, and seeing him, win the bowl, not too long ago with his first year in Tampa, that just gave me even more inspiration to keep going, and
seeing what somebody else doing and then want to do something similar to see.
First time, I was like, man, you just took a piece of me with you, man. What are you doing? What you doing? He said, this is it. And then when he came back, I was like, oh, that's all I needed. He gave me another push. So to see him call it quits, I hope we don't know. Is it for sure? Well, yeah. I mean, it seems like it seems like this is it for him. But hell of a ride, man. I love the guy, and he's been amazing.
You sound like I've been fortunate. I've been able to sit with you going back 20 years. I mean, this sounds like 15, 18 years ago to me. Your voice, your enthusiasm, your all-in nature.
Yeah. I just feel so good about the game. I feel like I owe it to the game. As long as I could go out and still play it at a high level, I feel like it's important for me to continue to inspire the youth, continue to inspire my teammates.
Inspire the youth, inspire my team. That's SE, giving them an impact.
I still have championship aspirations. I feel like the way I can play the game right now and the way I can go out and dominate a game right now can still contribute to lifting that Larry O'Brien trophy. And I think this is what we're in the business of doing. I'm in the business of trying to win championships, and I want to be in a position to do that.
I'm all about the outcome, baby. The championship.
Watching Victor Wembanyama, and it's great to hear. When I see that reaction from you, that says so much. Have you had a chance to advise him? What would you tell him about what he's about to encounter? Because there ain't but a couple of people who've ever encountered what he's about. And it's still different in this social media age. You had that 20 years ago. But what would you tell him?
One, the most important thing, stay true to the game. And the main point of anything, give to the game. Work your butt off. Try to be better than you were yesterday. Every single day. Commit to the game. I always talk about like the game gods. And if you disrespect the game gods, then karma is a mug. And that's one thing for me. I always tell myself, I'm going to commit to the game. I'm going to train. I'm going to prepare myself physically, mentally, spiritually to give to the game if you want to be great. The second thing is, don't forget to have fun, because this becomes a business. It becomes a business right away, and he's going through it right now, and it's going to get even, I won't say worse, but it gets even more demanding on you, on the business side. But at the end of the day, just have fun, man. It's a very, very small number of people who get the opportunity to do what we do.
That's interesting.
Inspire people all over the world, and for
do this, do that,
him,
do this. SE,
his talent,
SE user.
He seems very humble from the interviews I've seen him do. Seems very caring and loving and things of that nature. No matter if you have a bad day, no matter if you have a great day, just always just stay even keel. Stay even keel and just continue to work. I think it all worked out for him.
Remember when Ralph Sampson was the cutting edge at 7'4"?
Yeah.
From when you were a young guy and you got to watch that. Now to see him, to see Victor at that, I mean, it's amazing what a body can now do.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just, it's the inspiration that these kids are getting from the older generation that they're watching, He's growing up now watching KD and seeing Steph and seeing
He's
Giannis
doing this, SE.
Seeing, Ja and all these guys. And instead of saying, okay, I just don't want, because I'm 7'3" or 7'4", I don't want to just sit in the post. Now I want to get out and work on my handles, 3 days a week. And then the other 3 days I want to work all on shooting, and I want to work on building my body. So it's you have the ability to see more, you know, and people are not putting a cap on what you can become. I think that's pretty cool.
Last thing, going back to the record, we'll wrap up that way. If you could pick away a shot, a spot. I know you can't pick a defender because you got certain opponents, but if you could, I know you probably imagined it a million times now lately anyway. What does it look like when you put it through the basket to pass Kareem?
I've went through quite a few scenarios. I know what I don't want it to be.
What?
A free throw. I used to play, when I was a kid, we used to play 21 and 33. And the worst thing ever is when you fight all day and then one of your guys win the game on a free throw. It was like, no, check it up. Like, I don't want to do it on a free throw. So hopefully I can get a nice layup or my signature dunk in transition or a fadeaway, you know. I don't know, but a free throw, I feel like it's cheating the process a little
bit. If I remember correctly, was the first basket a layup?
My first basket was actually a jumper.
It was a jumper, okay.
It was a baseline fadeaway jumper. Yeah.
You're like a golfer. You remember every golfers and boxers are the only people who remember every single play, and you do.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add? Anything people should hear from you as they're consumed by this?
Yeah. You know, I appreciate, you know, just all my fans and everybody that's been along this journey with me for 20 years. Like, I would be lying if I say I would sit here across from you 20 years from now, or 20 years ago. Like, I would be sitting here 20 years later talking about the scoring record. I knew when I got drafted as an 18-year-old kid that I could play the game of basketball and play it at a high level, even against grown men.
Outcome. I know you just said some journey.
One thing I didn't know is that
outcome.
The success I would have. I prayed on the success. I worked my tail off for the success, but had no idea the success I had, and it's just been a very humbling and gratifying, journey.
Seems to be very humble.
People have enjoyed it with me.
People have enjoyed it with me. That's SE.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bringing the people along.
Thanks for the time.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to another interview here.
Thanks for what?
So like this guy is a ESTJ. Not ESTJ. ESTP. ESTP. He's got SE.
See all of some of the positive change and the positive messages that were going on in the bubble. How was the entire experience?
So what side you want first?
We got hours.
Okay, so we go with the good first.
Let's go with the good.
Okay, so Adam Silver in the NBA, Michelle Roberts and that crew, they did a hell of a job of
Look at
putting that thing together.
Woo! We going outcome.
And I mean, obviously, we saw what was going on early on with baseball.
We
see now what's going
SE.
on with football, no matter the pros.
We see football.
College.
No, I see. We see.
With COVID and the pandemic. So for them to put that together and for it to be able to last the way it lasts, kudos to both sides.
That's pure outcome. You're talking about the outcome there.
From a social injustice standpoint, us as the players to be able to use the NBA platform and us be able to go out there and speak about systemic racism, police brutality, voter suppression, everything that was going on, gave us an opportunity. I mean, obviously, we know you played for the franchise and we competed against them.
Yeah.
With the Warriors, they say strength is numbers.
Yeah.
Strength in numbers. We actually saw that in the bubble.
We.
The Milwaukee Bucks.
SE.
They sat out a game. They boycotted a game because of something that happened in their backyard, what we all aware of.
Talking about what the Milwaukee Bucks did. That's SE.
We all stood in solidarity with Milwaukee Bucks.
We all stood, shared experience. SE.
We to decide to leave at that very moment. Our numbers and being as strong as we could have been would have been depleted. So, as
outcome.
far as
If we wouldn't have stood, we wouldn't have got this outcome.
Stick through that and be able to create some change while we were in there and speak about things that was going on in the communities and talk about things that was just affecting not only our personal
community
lives,
that's
but
affiliative,
our own communities and things of that nature. Unbelievable. Basketball, unbelievable. I loved every part of the basketball. Besides not having fans, Laker Nation, I and the rest of the group, guys, we miss you guys. So damn much. It's like
It was eerie.
It's eerie.
The first time, no kidding. The first time I got to watch a game,
He just
I think
initiated
it was
that to the
conference
crowd.
finals. And so I'm sitting there watching the guys run out, and they're like, "Ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Lakers." And the guys were just joking. They were like, "Hey, running out," and it was like no applause, like
Nothing.
none.
But you would never guess if you were watching it from home. You would
And
never
that's
guess.
what my mom and my wife were saying the whole time. She was like, for us.
My mom and my wife, that's SE. He's not talking about himself. He's talking about other people.
Home, it was a great experience.
Yeah.
And that's another kudos to the league. They did an unbelievable job of being able to showcase it to their fans.
Yeah.
But for the players, when you ran out there,
was nothing.
and all you heard was sneakers and basketball, it was like the first AAU tournament you ever played growing up.
But even then, the AAU tournaments were
At least
like,
your mom and them
your
was
mom-
there.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
He's a little bit more comfortable here. He's initiating. At least your mom was there.
Yeah, exactly. At least you got that. It was literally nothing.
Yeah.
It was straight dead silence.
Talking
Okay,
about
so-
what you got, that's interest.
Well, let me ask you this then, from that standpoint, because we even talked. We had a moment where there were moments you would like look up at the crowd mid-game, emotional, and act as if they were there, right? So you were huge, the one of the biggest leaders in making sure that bubble, the restart, happened.
Yeah.
So when you experience all of that for the first time, were you disappointed? Were you mad? Were you like, oh my God, this is what it's going to be about? Like, how were you able to process all that?
Well, I mean, it's almost the same feeling as when you first time you go to a haunted house. You get excited with your friends. Your
First
friends are
time
telling how
you
great
go to the haunted house, U-S-E.
it is, and you get juiced up. You really don't realize how scary that shit is until you get inside of that haunted house.
Yeah.
You don't realize
And that's what I compare
U-S-E.
to the bubble. We were all excited to get back. We were excited to be playing basketball again. I mean, we stopped playing in March, so we were
We
all
stopped
excited.
this, we stopped that. That's the outcome. We stopped playing in March. That's SE. We're going SE crazy here.
But you don't really know what you're getting yourself into until you get inside the bubble and they tell you that right there, you cannot go outside that gate. You cannot go outside that line. If you go outside that line, the gun line boss from life, if you go outside that gun line, you will be in 14-day quarantine. And that is the last thing that you want to be. You're already inside of a bubble. You're inside of a line. You can't go outside of the gates. You can't do anything beside
You
here.
can't, you
And
can't,
if they tell you gotta be inside your room for 14
SE.
days,
SE. I
that's
think we
the
beat it
killer.
there,
Could you
guys.
handle- 'cause I
I
never
was
did
just
know.
gonna ask.
Jen,
Okay,
could you
because it was a
handle-
little
could you
unclear
handle-
on the
I did a week-
last little bit between ESTJ and ESTP, but I really wanted to make sure that we were seeing SE. Yeah, he's an SENI user and not a SINE. So they got this wrong. A personality database. LeBron James is a ESTP. What we noticed on about LeBron was that he's direct. He's very direct. It's like dry direct. It is dry direct. Okay, LeBron is that direct. Okay, and then on top of that, LeBron is outcome. So he's looking at the end product. He's all about the championships, the end product of everything. He's not too much into the journey of anything. If he's not getting the outcome, he's not about it. Okay, so we noticed that direct outcome. That means he's an in charge type. There's ESTJ, ESTP, ENTJ, ENFJ. LeBron James is concrete. He's talking about what is. He's not talking about what is possible. At one point in the interview, he basically said, "I don't even consider it." So that eliminated us down to ESTJ and ESTP. Okay, and the difference between there is we got a lot of SE. We got a lot of SE. Okay, ESTJs are SINE users. So we'll be talking from a first-person perspective. They'll be talking about possibilities to a degree with any child. LeBron's not really talking about that, like he says. I don't really think about that. So yeah, he's an SENI user, which would plant him right into ESTP. ESFJ is informative. That's what personality database had. They're informative. Their progression. So they would have been talking about the journey. We've seen that LeBron's all about outcome. So let's look at the chart again. ESTPs are pragmatic. They're direct. They're initiating. They're initiating their outcome focus. The TIFE and their NISE users. They're concrete and they're interest focused. So they always know what they're getting out of a situation. So yeah, we're done here, and That was kind of fun, man.